Utopia podcast. The party awake in the woods along the road to Whimsten and continue their journey north to the small village. They are stopped in a meadow filled with flowers as they realize within those flowers are small pseudo-dragons. Ziba awakened the dragons, angering them. The party runs away, meeting a magical musical woman along the road who puts the dragons back to sleep and continues on her way south to the city. They continue their journey north, making camp for the second night. And in that time, during a watch, there's a rustling in the bushes. And that is where we find the party.
I wake Marcus up at this point.
What? Ooh, what's going on?
There's footsteps. There's rustling right over there, and I point. I can't communicate with your friend, Bitsy. I can't
fly up, fly quiet. See what you can see. And I will just kind of sit there and enter
Bitsy flies up,
sight.
Not very far, just to the edge of the trees and perches on a branch. You can still see her in the moonlight as you're about, still pretty bright. The full moon just having been 2 or 3 days ago. You look down from her sight and you see a bright sky blue skinned kobold looking through the bushes at you all. And it's holding lots of different pieces of leather in both of its hands under its arms. Just assorted different kinds of skins and leather and furs.
I think Bitsy will just kind of stay there and watch, but Morgus is going to pop back out for a second and look at Livy. It's a little kobold holding leather. Might be a trapper or something like that. They didn't look armed, with a weapon or something, did they? Okay. They don't look armed. I'll keep watching if you want.
Maybe my two theories are it's either a hunter or it goes into camps where people are sleeping, and maybe it takes stuff to make clothes or furs for itself.
It's very possible they could be a thief.
Should we approach it if it doesn't have weapons?
I think letting someone know that we're awake, if they've got nefarious intent, might be wise. I'll go out with you.
Yeah, so we're going to, if I understand the plan, we're going to slowly approach.
As you stand and turn, you hear rustling and heavy footfalls as they run away through the trees back towards the road.
It's not great.
Have I read anything about kobolds in general?
Give me a history check.
Sure, thank you. Oh, that is a 19.
Okay.
Oh, dirty 20.
You have read about kobolds. There are kobolds that make their living just like every other race within cities. There are still ancient kobold lineages that are still the caretakers and horde gatherers of dragons in the wilderness of Rickmonish.
Interesting. Might have been sort of on track with thinking there might be a here to thief from our camp, Levy. Might have been.
Well, I'm hoping this doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in the village. But I'm
Knows.
also... Does that mean there's a dragon nearby?
I couldn't even begin to say yes or no. And if there is a dragon nearby, I hope it might be a friendly one. Odds are not, but
Right. Well, thank you. I'm going to continue my watch. You go back to sleep.
sure. That'll do. And Bitsy will sort of come down and flutter to Levy's shoulder.
I'll reach my finger out to like kind of preen Bitsy if Bitsy allows that.
Bitsy allows it.
All right, the rest of your watch goes without any strangeness. It is again quiet. No rustling, no crackling of fires, no passersby on the road.
All right. So then the next person was Scylla, so Livy will stretch a little bit when his watch is over, if nothing else happens.
Mm-hmm.
Has Dee Dee finally fallen asleep?
Yeah, are you still trying to stay awake? Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm trying, probably not.
If it's 10 or lower, you are no longer awake.
16.
Oh,
Like a
Zibba.
kid on New Year's.
Oh, Zibba.
I'm gonna catch him.
Dee Dee,
I'm gonna catch him.
go to bed. Scylla, it's your turn.
You guys just don't want me to find out the truth.
I will, in the morning, show you my feet. If that is truly what you want. It is very weird, and it makes me very uncomfortable. But please just go to bed.
Then you'd be the only one I could trust not to be a Bigfoot. How do we know that the other people we hear or the people we meet aren't Bigfoot?
Sometimes you just have to trust other people.
Didn't you just tell me I shouldn't trust everything I need to verify first? Why will no one help me verify?
Oh my god, I'm going to go to bed. I don't have the emotional energy. Please go to bed too.
You buy feet pics?
I will if I can get past the
Ugh.
shadow. of my
Anyway.
teeth.
anyway. Oh, man. All right, so
Scylla's laying there, and as soon as she hears Livy come over, her one eye kind of pops open.
Oh.
Hey,
Were you asleep?
kinda. Are you ready to switch?
Yeah, it's your turn. I hope you're getting a good night's rest.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. And she kind of pops up and shakes her armor a little bit, and it clinks. And she cracks her neck.
I'll
right.
go and
Enjoy your rest.
snuggle near Morgus again. My cat-like thing. In a ball.
Give me that perception check, Scylla.
15.
All right. At the end of your watch, you hear a rustling in the bushes.
I put my hand on the hilt of my sword, and I don't get fully up, but I sort of lean towards it and I listen again. for any more movement before I take any steps forward.
Same thing as before. As soon as you put your hand on the sword and turn or lean towards the direction, patters and rustling as something runs away.
I'll settle back down again, kind of content that it's fucked off.
I forgot to tell you.
You end your watch.
I'll go back and I'll go to wake Godfrey and I'll kind of I don't want to like shake you, but I'll kind of tap you on the shoulder.
Smack
gently.
you.
He gets
The
up like
stone
as soon
that
as you tap him.
heals.
Ziba, give me another con save. If it's 12 or lower, you fall asleep.
Am I still awake? How am I still awake? No.
You're
7.
asleep. You
I'm
fall
out.
Oh, my God.
I'll get him next time.
You only gain the benefits of a short rest, though.
That's okay.
All right. Godfrey.
Hey, Godfrey, before you head back out there, it's fine. I think whatever it was, as soon as it saw me, ran. But there was something just wrestling around. I don't know if it was an animal. It didn't seem bothered, but it seemed spooked. It seemed stressed when it heard me.
Okay, that's good to know.
Have a good watch.
Godfrey will wander. Yeah, thank you. He'll wander into his backpack and he'll pull out a torch and his tinderbox and not light it, but keep it close to him. He'll sit in the middle of camp and close his eyes and really listen in to everything around him for his watch.
Yeah. Who needs eyes?
Goddamn monk shit.
Is the perception still at advantage with Bitsy?
Bitsy
or
is
it
helping.
Just flat.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. 21.
All right. Early into your watch, you see the normal thing that you saw last night. 2 rangers walking down the road with torches in hand, heading away from Whimsten, past you. They're having normal conversation about how they hate working the late shift and they're excited for breakfast in bed and what their kids and their wives and their families are doing as they pass by. And that's all that happens. The sun starts to rise.
As it rises, Godfrey will start a fire. Get some heat for the cold morning.
Morgus and Livy, you start to feel that heat as well as the sun kind of warming your face.
Still asleep.
For some reason, I was imagining you two as like the closest to the fire pit.
Probably.
Scylla, yeah, waking up as well. And how does Dee Dee wake up having not rested for very long?
Out of it. Out of it. She's not getting up unless someone makes her.
Sunlight, my mortal enemy. Let me rest a few minutes longer.
I think you know very well sunlight is not your mortal
Kill
enemy.
it to the sunlight.
Do you say
Morgus
that
is
loud
gonna
enough for
mage-
Godfrey or Scylla to hear?
He mumbles it. Like, I don't think he's trying to hide it. Because it's not that weird for a nerd,
Mhm.
like a nerdy guy to say that.
I feel like
Yeah.
anyone would say that.
Doesn't twig is weird.
Morgus is gonna get up and start like fixing and braiding his beard as he walks out. Oh, good morning, Godfrey.
Good morning. Looks like we have a couple sleeping in a bit later.
Olivia, like,
Just
kinda, like,
loudly
rolls
snoring in the
over.
corner.
Did you notice anything on your watch?
Just the rangers on
I
mine.
saw a Coldwell on mine.
I'm sorry, you saw a kobold
I
on
forgot
yours?
to mention him was where they were watching our sleep, and
Did they say anything?
no, we tried to approach and they ran off.
They were sort of
Oh.
a lighter color. They were holding all sorts of different kinds of leather in their arms. Didn't seem armed or anything, just sort of
I think
gave the vibe of a scavenger type, maybe.
I think something was watching me, and then as soon as I went to listen, it ran off. It seemed quite small.
That sounds at least the same sort of reaction that we noticed with it.
Well, we may be being watched.
No,
Is my beard even this morning? I sort of did the braids again. Very even.
You've got kind of a kink on the...
Shit. Start over all again now. And he removes the thing and starts, got a little comb again.
How do you all finally wake Dee Dee up when you're ready to leave camp?
once it gets a little bit later, Godfrey will take out his dulcimer and just start playing some calm tunes.
I'm going to use prestidigitation while he's playing, and I'm going to make the scent of the rotting crab just go by Dee Dee's nose.
That's gross.
Dee Dee will immediately wake up and go, "Is that breakfast? Where's the food? Save me! I want a serving!" And like
That
scramble
is
out of her bedroll.
Not the reaction I was hoping for at all.
You have a big family, right? Like, did any of them know how to cook? Like
Depends who's cooking.
your parents, are they good cooks? Like, did you just grow up eating rotting meat?
Oh, my mom is an excellent cook. No. My mom's an excellent cook, but I will never forget that one week where my mom was sick. We all took a try. I can't say all of us. Some of us were, some of my siblings were quite good at it. My oldest brother, he actually became a baker after that week. The rest of us, I don't know. Maybe it was age. Maybe it just wasn't our strong suit. But I'll never forget that
That's
week.
horrifying.
Sounds like your family is close.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes a little too close. It would have been a little nice to have my own room at one point.
I can't imagine. I grew up a single child. I couldn't imagine having a family that big.
It's not that
Where'd
great.
you get your clothes from then?
Less kids, more ability to spend on one. They weren't nice clothes. My parents weren't really wealthy. They didn't have a lot. It's why they...
Oh, so you just traded with the neighbors instead. Or did you do that thing where you found something, you liked it, and so then you just started, wearing it, and then it was yours?
Sometimes it depends, actually. Sometimes they would try to buy me my own clothes at a store. But sometimes we actually would have to we would have there was a few neighbors that had kids bigger than me or older than me, and they would give us some hand-me-downs. There was this one girl who was much bigger than me, and I would always have her clothes, and my parents would tailor it. Yeah, a lot of schoolmates used to make fun of me for wearing her clothes, but I thought they looked nice in them.
I thought everyone just took a turn wearing the clothes. I mean, tailoring it to yourself sounds like they were pretty nice. I was usually too lazy to tailor them.
At this point, you all have made it onto the road and are walking and talking.
You know, I really should have confessed this sooner. But I did steal some of Weaver's breakfast rolls before we left. I was saving them for a morning. I got one for each of us. They're a day old or so, but here you go. I'll hand them out.
I think Weaver would be absolutely fine with that. She usually keeps that larder stocked for anyone if they're heading out.
I knew I smelled food.
I thought it was thrilling because I was stealing
Oh, I'm
them.
sure it was thrilling, but yeah, no, I'm sure you had a grand old thrill, but I wouldn't feel bad about it, is what I'm saying.
That's half the fun now, isn't it?
Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta wash my
If you're
backpack
into
before
that.
we go anywhere. Do we still have that soap?
I just wanted a bit of adventure.
Wait, you helped us kill a demon, and yeah, the soap is actually in your bag. Or
Oh,
I had it wrapped.
Wait, so that means the bag's cleaned, right? If the soap's already in the bag?
No, the soap's in a cloth. Yeah, you actually have to
Okay.
rub it and
Seems
wash. Do you want me to
really-
help you? Teach you how to wash it?
No, I got it. I know how to wash. I had to wash dishes all the time. Can't be that much different than that. Don't really.
Are you walking and washing, or are you
If we're not
stopping?
stopping, I
on the
guess. We're just like.
This is beautiful.
Chaos innocent.
Listeners can't see the motions, but Avis just mimed washing it while walking, dumping it out and putting it back onto
that
her
there's all the
back.
things in the backpack, right? So I just have like my bedroll like draped over me and like my robes like around my head, and I've like got stuff like shoved in my pants, and I'm like trying.
If you
to
want,
wash it.
I can carry some of the things so you can wash it.
Dropped it towards you.
Yeah, Livia's gonna like pick up some stuff like as she's walking.
I don't think this is how the lesson was supposed to
but
go.
she's trying.
Livy.
I mean, we could just stop while this is being cleaned. We're not really on a hard time crunch. We could be leisurely.
By the time you say this, Godfrey is like halfway done.
I got my stomach hurts.
That means we're having fun.
You know what, Marcus? It's not what I had in mind either, but as long as she's doing it and she chose to do, like, I didn't have to whine at her. She just did it. I'm happy. It's awesome.
All right. You clean your backpack. It's wet. Are you putting the stuff back in after you wash it? Or are you just going to put it on your back and hold
Prestidigitation
everything?
so when you prestidigitation, like clean, does that mean you can also dry things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll actually use prestidigitation to dry it now that it's cleaned. Thank you.
I probably just started putting things back in it.
As you're doing that, like, high five. That was an awesome job. Thank you.
Well, you did ask nicely, and I've always asked nicely. Then eventually, they would let me. So you gotta, if you ask nicely, if people show you respect, you gotta show them the same respect. As you can tell at this point, she's kind of reciting things that's probably been told to her about a million bajillion times.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, I also didn't wash my face this morning. She's gonna take the soap that's like covered in like rotting crab juice.
Oh, wait, before she does that, Livy will use prestidigitation on the soap.
Yes.
Now it's good. The soap was a little
Beautiful.
Now it's good.
What? Soap can't get
All right.
dirty, right?
No, I can, unfortunately.
When you left camp, you were only about a half day's walk to Whimsten, so it doesn't take too long. Within about 4 or 5 hours, you all are there. The forests grow heavy and dense, and the types of trees change to more coniferous than the deciduous trees. And as you come to the edge of the city, the traffic gets a little heavier. You see different types of vendors and people walking and talking, and even children with families, just general people milling about on the road. And slowly the trees dissolve away, and it opens up to this beautiful valley in a mountain pass. The that is, you see the town. There isn't any walls or anything around the town. It's just kind of plop right here in the middle, and it's surrounded by orchards and grapes and hazelnut trees and all different types of farms. It's beautiful, and you get the sense that the livelihood of this village is in food goods.
Oh, this place is amazing. Livy's like taking out his notes and like writing like everything down, just like so fascinated by this small, quaint little village. It's so small.
Yeah.
This is so interesting. I wonder how well you can see the stars from here.
I imagine pretty well from the farmlands.
Oh, right. We're here on the mission. We should go to the was it the dishonest woodpecker or lying something?
The lying woodpecker?
What's he lying on?
Bit of wood.
Might be lying about the Bigfoot.
Beautiful. All right. You all head into town. There are lots of people working as you walk through the farmland between the edge of the forest of the road, just following the main road up to the structures that start to make up the city. There are like mud cottage homes with thatched roofs. There are a few, once you get towards the center of town, there are a few multi-story buildings, but not really that many. And in the center of the town itself, you see a large fountain, very similar to the one in the Honorina Gardens, with a large statue of Myceria. And the stone around this statue seems to be like a mountainous, like a gray slab stone that they've cut and made into the cobblestones of the path, specifically in this square itself. Otherwise, all the other roads in town are just kind of a dirt or a mud road. Across the way from the fountain is another temple of Myceria.
Oh, fascinating.
I think Godfrey will take a moment at the fountain and just give a quick prayer to Myceria.
Yeah, what do you say?
Just like may she protect us.
As you say that quick prayer, just like every other time you've prayed to Myceria, you hear a message in the back of your mind, and it just says, follow your heart.
All right.
Scylla's going to go to the fountain as well and pray and just sort of bow her head to the fountain.
What do you say?
Nothing. She just sort of
No
contemplates for a
number,
moment
yes.
in silence and slows her breath.
You receive no message, but you pray.
She smiles to herself and she feels calmed.
Siba gives it a distasteful look. And just walks slightly away from it and looks at her pretty flower.
It's a little crumply
Well-
now. One of the petals fell off.
Oh, I saved that petal. I have it. Okay. I would have picked it off the ground.
You were balancing many things.
I
on
would
your
have had that
body.
in my mouth. It would have been the utmost priority. I would not let anything happen.
Okay.
Are the
I worked
Yeah.
with
are the
that flower,
roots
okay?
still attached to this flower or just pluck?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, is that flower gonna die?
No, yeah.
Hey, Livy, can you, put this in your journal? I don't really have any books on me, but I want it to,
Do you want me to?
be nice and flat.
Sure, I can flatten the flower. Are you sure?
Yeah, we used to do all the time. You just put it under, in the big and heavy thing, and then it looks flat, and it dries up a bit, but it still
Well,
looks nice.
sure.
You know?
Livy takes out one of his many big books, and as he's looking through, he actually He skips over very quickly one of the books that are in there.
How many books are in there?
You shouldn't
How
have
many
to
books are you
think about
carrying
that.
right now? So just peeks over your shoulder. It's like, what?
And he takes out like a bigger, more boring one. About he like mystical animals. The one he grabbed from the library. All right, and he'll get it and put it, slam it in
With the loose
pedal. Yes.
Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting platform that allows you to record, edit, add music, publish across every platform. It gives you your own website, allows you to customize and brand that website, and honestly, it's all in one place and it's so easy. You literally just drag and drop and drag and place, and it is so easy. I'm not even sure if the podcast would have made it this far if it weren't so quick and convenient. So, if you are thinking about starting a podcast or currently have a podcast, why not switch to Anchor? It's a all-in-one free podcasting platform, and all you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Seriously, download the app, go to anchor.fm, and get started. All right. What is your plan to find the location of
I think
the
we should
lying
just
woodpecker?
ask a local.
They don't have street signs?
Why don't we pop into the temple and see if they can direct
Let's
us?
ask a merchant.
Sure.
There are lots of people wandering around, but you actually don't see any shops
I go to
on
the,
the square.
I then the nearest person to me. I'm like, hello. I'm a travel here, and I heard there was an inn called the Dishonest Woodpecker or the Lying Woodpecker, something like that. Could you point us where it is?
Yeah, you meet a gnomish woman. She's carrying a basket full of apples, and she is in just kind of like walking, kind of hurriedly. Southeast part of town. It's kind of a building on its own. It's hard to miss.
Do I have anything like that can carry like a lot of like this? Well, I have a backpack. Do you want me to help you carry some of that?
Oh no, that's okay. I do this every day.
All right, if you should.
Gives
Thank
you
you
a slight
very
smile.
much.
Where's she going with those apples?
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your stay.
It's
She walks on.
Did we have a point of contact for this job?
Do we?
That's a really good question.
Isn't there a smaller faction?
Oh yeah, there is a smaller.
Who just got started up here?
Sorry.
The Whimsten chapter, you're right. I'm not sure I've ever made it out this way, but Weaver did mention something about the Whimsten chapter.
So do we gotta go jump down a temple chimney to find them?
I don't.
Is that how you came by the carousel court?
It is indeed how
if
she
that's
came
the
by the
only
carousel
experience
court.
you've heard about, how do you know it's
It
not
is true.
standard?
I assume the streets are empty enough for us to be saying this, or else Godfrey would shush any talk or mention of the
I don't
name.
think so. It would be.
Well, I don't think she said she said they're pretty disorganized. Do we remember Weaver saying where they were? It's been a few weeks. IRL.
Can we ask?
Hey God. Oh, we didn't.
don't
I think we
y'all
were trying to
asked.
leave it as sneak, so I don't think we asked.
All right. Well, let's go investigate on our own, and I'm sure it'll work out. This is Livy will point in the direction where the southeast or southwest or whatever, where the gnome said she said it's standing on its own. We can't miss it.
The pub?
Yep.
All right. You all head to the southeast of town following the main roads. And sure enough, you see in the distance a few horses tied into a makeshift stable. And outside of the inn is a board that seems to have papers on it, a few of them holding the seal of the king of Ebcanor. You have found another
Let me
bounty
copy
board.
paste.
Are there some missing people posters or Bigfoot things on this bounty board?
Wait.
Possibly.
Oh God.
Anyone want to read one? I feel like this isn't a tradition.
Actually,
I'll read one.
Okay.
I just had that instant feeling of being called on in like language arts, and even though like I loved reading as a kid, reading out loud, everything in me just seized up and was like, "Oh God, don't call on me."
wait. Does it say the name of like the person, a follower of the Air Faith? Does it say their name?
It says Old Faith.
Oh, Old Faith. Sorry, I can't read.
Okay.
I'm going to read Barry's Gone Bad. My little Timothy headed north into the woods 3 sunsets ago, but something happened to him out there. He's been killing our chicks and stepped on frogs. He did not even bring back any berries. Can you help us find some answers? 20 gold pieces and a fine horse. It's all we got.
I'm really interested in I am a follower of the Old Faith. My place of prayer has been taken over by kobolds and their pets. Please clear them out so I can pray again. I will be waiting near the location. I have drawn a map on the back. Please I will only reveal myself to those who come in peace. Centaur's Love. Which Livy is personally very interested in.
Does that have any connections with that strange dream you had at all?
I'm personally
Old
very
Faith,
interested in what
Centaur's
happened
Love.
to the old. So I would like if we could look at that one. I was excited for a second because
Yeah, Dee Dee and Livy, give me a history check.
hopefully I can do that.
See how good your memory is.
I was trying to read this Catch the Bigfoot, but the font's making my dyslexia scream.
They're
You said
written
what, check
in normal
history?
font below that as well.
Oh, good.
Damn, I know my history.
11,
large,
right.
But where is it? 1, 2, 3. 24.
Cool. Livy, as Godfrey says, doesn't this sound like something remind you of a dream you had? You think back to a long time ago, before you and Ziba knew each other in the real world, when you were in a hedge maze and there was a centaur woman whose arrows and bow and tapestry you saved from a snake-haired woman.
Yes. That's I think you
Didn't I get a crown from that? Whatever happened to
yeah,
us?
Ingvar gave you the crown.
I think it's in my backpack.
Yeah, I
I
have
should really wear
the
that more often.
Livy like
I need to
holds
make sure that's in my
the
inventory.
that's one of the reasons I was so curious about. The old god thing. Wolf god, I mean.
It's the one item that still has bits of dried
I
apple
would-
and crab on it.
Personally, like if we could check.
Is she gonna... If we meet this centaur, though, are they gonna want the crown back?
All right. Are you all heading inside?
Sure. As we do, I'll just make the side comment of, so they say in the Bigfoot poster, if we kill it, we bring it to the Green Tower east of
Keep it
town.
as
But
a
what
friend.
do we do if we bring it alive?
Journey forth.
Where are we supposed to take it?
We help them with their... What's it called? Debut?
They did technically say they only wanted or needed a foot as proof.
I don't have any
You need
friends
better
that would
friends,
just
I guess.
give me their foot. Do you?
It's just an interesting technicality.
All right. As you head inside from the bounty
Bears
board, you see
consideration.
a man who has shaved hair on the side and long black, sort of flowy hair at the top, laying over where it's shaved. He's not wearing a shirt, and his muscles are rippling and taut. He has like the most defined six-pack. And he is mucking out stalls, petting and murmuring to the horses.
Oh, cute horses.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Do you help? Do you work here?
I work here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you... We have questions about Bigfoot.
Zibbo leans around the stall and takes a suspicious look at his feet.
I'm kind of busy, and one of the horses like pushes him from
Aw.
behind, and he kind of like falls forward a few steps. But yeah, my wife's inside. She can help you. And her sister, and her sister's husband.
Your wife.
And we all own this place together. But
Hmm.
wait, sister's husband, is that a brother in law? Brother-in-law.
Libby will like
Confirmation.
just
Good.
go to Morgan.
Not
I'm
answer.
just a pricey straight.
You should keep practicing this a few more times.
Brother. Is a brother.
His wife, yes.
His wife.
Keep practicing on that
All
identity.
right. Well,
It takes some work, I know.
yes. Is there anything I can help with?
Nope, I got it.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, just make sure when you're out here tending to these horses, don't stand too close to the back end. They tend to kick.
They would never, ever do that to me. We nap together.
You giant.
You
people.
nap together.
Yeah,
We should go inside.
my best friend.
Have you
Maybe-
never
maybe we should
slept
go
in a
Man is
bar?
a person in one, and I will
We should
protect
go
him.
inside. Let's go
I'm
inside.
going to go meet your wife.
As we go into Godfrey, I'm gonna go. So never been kicked in the head, I think is what he was saying.
Well, if he had been, he wouldn't remember. So,
Maybe
you
he's
know,
just really good with
That's a good point.
horses.
I just worry.
But, I think it's his job, and maybe we shouldn't tell him about the job that he's, currently employed to do.
I just safety, you know.
I know, it comes from a good place, but it's, well,
Sleeping in a barn is not that bad. We've had a few times.
Oh, I've slept in a
killed
barn.
more
I've
guests.
never
At
cuddled
this
with a
point, you will-
horse.
You all have made it in the front doors. This seems to be one of the only wood-made structures. It's 2 stories. It's rather large. And as you walk in, there's a wool, like a knit green rug on the ground. It's rather soft under your shoes. There's a front desk, and you see 2 sisters chatting, both human, with dark milk chocolate colored skin, their black hair naturally sort of puffing out in a beautiful, sort of well tended to natural style. And they're whispering to each other, but then one of them turns to you. Oh, hello? Welcome to the Lying Woodpecker. How can I help you?
Greetings. You both own this place?
Yes, family run, family owned.
Oh, very, very fine horses outside.
Yes.
They're very adorable.
I
can. It's okay. Hey, we were travelers, and we actually heard something a little bit odd that we wanted to ask a few questions about. Well,
okay. Yeah, okay. And she just kind of sits up straighter in her chair, and the sister that's standing, all right, I'll leave you to it. And she kind of walks away and heads over to your right into, as you look that way, there are lanterns lit throughout the building. There are some tables, and there's a fireplace crackling, and there looks to be a bar.
we're from the Dix, and we heard a strange little rumor about the Bigfoot. And we heard it was spotted around here.
Oh. Yes. Yes, there's something very complicated happening in this city. What questions do you have specifically?
Well, first, forgive me if I'm taking too much of your time. How real is this Bigfoot? I've heard people are missing.
I guess that depends on who you talk to. It's become a rather dividing topic here in town.
How dividing? Like argument causing?
Well, I think it's hampering us finding the solution to the very real missing people. This arguing about who did it rather than finding.
Sort of throwing wrenches in relationships at all?
Yeah, possibly.
Oh,
Livy will look at
bad.
Marcus like, what the fuck, man? He won't say anything, but like, what are you getting at?
Yeah, but the missing people, they're real. I must warn you, this isn't the happiest place to be right now. There's a lot of crying and a lot of just down people. And at that, almost on cue, you start to hear the organ being played in the main room. This very haunting, sad.
We're adventurers, so if there's anything we can do.
Yes, to be honest, I don't leave this place very often. I handle all the books and the room arrangements and the ordering of the inventory for the kitchen, and my husband owns a shop in town that I also help the books for. So
You're incredibly impressive.
thank you.
What sort of shop, if I might ask?
Potions shop.
Really?
Yes.
Fascinating.
He's running
How
the
much-
bar right now. I should go check on him. She kind of like looks up and to the side as she says that.
How much for a stay here at the Picker?
Oh, it's 3 copper a night.
Good to know. Thank you.
It depends on the room, though. If you wanted to share, we have a few options. A single is a smaller room, 3 copper a night.
We might be sharing.
Do you know who's organizing the finding the missing people in town?
Well, the Rangers are the only law enforcing authority around here. I saw the bounty outside. It has the seal of the king, but it also says stuff about the Bigfoot, so I'm not sure how many bounty hunters are taking it very seriously. And also, the Rangers don't really come into town very much. They really just come here. Most of them stay here on their days off to get out of the tower.
All right. Do you happen to know any individual, like the family of anyone missing, who might have a place for us to start?
I believe everyone in that room over there has missing family. She points to the main room where the sad music's coming from.
Are we interrupting something if we go in there? It's not like a gathering.
Well, we're the only bar in town as well.
I see.
What can we see of the room? She points in that direction.
You all are currently just in front of the reception desk. So you can see the tables, the chairs, the man at the organ. You can see the patrons sitting at the bar, as well as a dog hanging out next to one of the patrons seated at the bar.
Did you say dog?
I did
say dog.
Can I go see the dog? I'll just sneak off. I'm literally stealthy. I want to sneak off from these people as soon as I make eye contact with this dog. $12.
You successfully stealth away from your party, Ziva. Are you continuing to stealth as you get to the dog?
No, we asked to pet dogs. How do I know if this dog is working or not? Okay?
You are amazing human. Okay, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna come up to the bar. Tall for my age. And just be like, excuse me?
You see a dwarvish man looks up. He has a backpack on his back. He's all muddy, and his eyes are purple and red, and there's dark circles under them, and he has a cloth. He puts it to his nose.
Yeah. Can I pet your dog?
Yeah, that's fine.
She's sitting it down and he's like, oh, so pretty, so pretty, pretty. What's its name?
He just starts crying, takes a sip of his beer, he puts it back down. His name's Rainbow.
Rainbow?
And he's this big tan with dark brown paws and dark brown points, mastiff dog with hanging jowls and drool hanging down.
So we're just gonna mumble to herself.
Oh my god!
The name, or can I just call it Rainbow? Just be she's gonna be a little more subtle. I'll be like, "Hi, Rainbow. You're looking very nice today. I see you."
He just sits. The dog is sitting on his butt, watching his owner's back. He lets you pet him. He looks up at his owner and then looks back at you. Big dopey face. What are the rest of you doing? Do you have any more questions for the hotel attendant woman?
I mean, we're gonna have to rent rooms here. What? Oh, there is a dog.
You see her petting the dog down the hall.
A dog.
We mean we need to revisit our friendship. How can you not like dogs?
I didn't say I didn't like dogs. I'm just noting the fact that there's a dog.
It's the tone. The tone says it.
Can I get you all anything else?
Sure. Do you have...
Yeah, it's 3 copper for a room, right?
3 copper for a single
Here,
room,
I'll
yes.
put down 3 copper for my room.
Here's 3 copper
Okay.
for my
Top of
room.
the
And do
stairs,
you
first
happen
door
to
on the
have
left.
sort of a house specialty?
First one on the right. What do you mean house specialty?
Oh, it's sort of like a dish or a baked item or a drink.
No.
Here's 3 copper from my room. Thank you.
Yep. First one on the right at the top of the
Thank-
stairs.
Thank you very much.
Single room for me as well, please.
Okay. Second on the right.
Thank you.
I'll hand over 3 copper as well.
All right. Second on the left. Anything else? Just one night?
For now, I think, and I'll look at the party. See how we go
Okay.
tomorrow.
Well, my name's Zara. I'm happy to help with anything that you need. We unfortunately don't have a bathing space, but there is a natural spring that forms a pool out in the pasture. You're welcome to go out there and take a nice bathe. There are some wooden partitions you can set up to make it a little more private if you'd like. It is very cold. I will tell you that. It is not very warm.
Could be refreshing.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you, Zara.
Yeah.
No house specialty. was
Well,
sort
do
of-
you all think we should go? It's pretty advantageous that we're here with everyone missing in the next room. We could go ask around.
I think it might be worth checking in, getting some information.
Mhm.
Also,
It'd be
that
wise.
print the rangers saw, he said that was by the woods around here. No?
Like in a field?
Oh, that'd be good to find. See if we might notice anything they didn't.
He did. Because there's, I'm skeptical it exists. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm afraid
Agreed.
Well, let's
there's
go
more
and see maybe
going
what they
on. People are
recollect.
using a Bigfoot to obscure
you
things.
think-
That's my fear.
The Bigfoot is the scapegoat.
I would
It might be. We should focus on the missing
Honestly, I'd
people.
rather
And
it be Bigfoot.
if we find the missing people, we'll find whatever's taking them. And if it's the Bigfoot, it's the Bigfoot. And if it's not, we've found the missing people. Right? I would approach,
Agreed.
but I tend to frighten people when I approach them. And it might be a little uncouth that they're missing in skull face.
I think you're right to approach this with a bit of sensitivity.
Is this guy still crying?
Well,
Yeah, the
I'm
woman next to him
okay at
just
people.
places a hand on his back, starts crying as well, but like rubs it. And you see the bartender, he has like wavy frocks of like Disney prince like black hair, his like cinnamon skin. He's long and lanky and he keeps like dropping glasses and like making drinks wrong and like just seems like he's not doing the best job back here.
Scylla's going to go over to the man who's crying, and she's going to kind of take a knee. As she does, it creaks, and some sort of flakes of rust kind of chip off at her knee. And she looks up at him and says, "Are you? You're obviously not okay. Can I offer some assistance?"
That is it. Thank you all so much for listening. As always, it's been so great to continue this adventure with you. Find us on all the socials. Find us on Patreon. We are, let me do some math. We only have 40% of our goal left to fulfill. We're making around $60 a month on our Patreon. Our goal is to make around $100 a month on our Patreon to just fully fund our venture here for the podcast. If you feel compelled and want to join it, feel free. There's a link wherever you want to find it, below or in our socials or on our website, wherever. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and our cast. Have a great day.